Tonight, breaking new Q post just posted, and I think I've deciphered most of it. So, hi, I'm Craig, and welcome to Just Informed Talk. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you who have already come here and subscribed. You guys are really the salt of the earth, the cream of the crop, top of the bunch. I can't express how much it means to me. If you haven't yet come here, there's a big red subscribe button. Go ahead and click that. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications because as soon as this information becomes available to me, I make it available to you, and that is certainly a benefit to become a subscriber. Now, tonight's latest Q post, I think I've kind of figured it out, but first I want to take a second and talk about something that's really important to me. I'm just going to throw this out there in the beginning really quickly so that everybody knows. These videos I make are my copyright. They're my content. If you would like to put this video on your channel, that's probably fine, but you need to write me and get written permission first. By not respecting that right, then I am forced to make a copyright complaint against you. Keep that in mind for those of you out there who are trying to spread the information of Q. I appreciate what you're doing, but please, please, please contact me first, and you can direct message me right here on YouTube, and you can ask for permission, and then once I review your channel, I can give you a actual answer. So I'm just going to throw that out there, and the only reason I have to already throw out these copyright complaints is because I can't set the precedent that I will allow this. So please, please, please contact me first, and we can talk about you putting my content on your channel. So now getting into this Q post, I think I've really figured it out. Okay, so these are the messages. This is what the brackets are for, I think, and this is the map, and this is the key to the map, and he's giving us the keys to the map. Now, what do I mean by that? It says at 19 first. This is the first post where we see 19 in brackets, okay? And we're going to read through it. It says from January 18th, 2018. It says, what 19 people are currently meeting in a safe room, heavily guarded? Why did everyone leave their phones, all other electronic devices in room 2? We'll go back. And now at 3 first. Now where's 3? This is the first time 3 pops up. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just getting all this information together as we go. Now, the first time we see 3 is in this post from January 13th, 2018. Now we're going to read through it. Big Newsweek. Future proofs past. What news was unlocked? Do you believe in coincidences? Uranium 1. What public disclosure occurred re-Uranium 1? DEFCON 1. Non-nuke false. Command. Why? Necessary? No such agency. Where did POTUS stop post Asia? It was necessary. For God and country, it was necessary. No other vehicle to regain entry. Again, direct and pre-knowledge. Again, warning alert. Think BDT, the Bangladeshi currency. Shall we play a game? How about a nice game of chess? The floor is yours. Command. Why? Necessary? Who is talking? Think bigger, or think big, think bigger, think biggest. Haiti focus. Why is this relevant? What comes next? Clinton Foundation. Boom, shock, buy. Admiral Rogers. Bless his heart. Class 239B TC. Because of the Democrats not being interested in life and safety, DACA has now taken a big step backwards. The Dems will threaten shutdown, but what they are really doing is shutting down our military at a time when we need it most. Get smart, make America great again. We are fighting for our country. Focus on POTUS, tweet above. If Dems shut down the government, what happens to the U.S. military? What specifically occurs? Think budget. Why is this relevant? Class executive order. The missing 3. Missing 2, missing 3. Find missing 3, and that's the 3 that we see first. And it says future, and I'm going to tell you who the 3 are. We're going to get into that. Future proofs past. Nothing is coincidence. The map is key. Planned for 3 years. Corruption and evil deep within, everywhere. Patience. There is no escape. There are no deals. Treason at the highest levels. Foreign agents within our government. Highest levels. The puppet masters have been removed. All vehicles of delivery removed. Strings cut. 7th floor is no more. FBI, State Department. We see all. We hear all. The hunt continues. Prison, death, class, Gitmo. And then it gives JZ9-A89. Red, Iron Eagle, Q. Why is this all important? Okay, looking back here, now we're going to get into what the 2, 3, and 4 are. Okay, so from what we just saw where it says missing 1, 2, and 3, I think it's referring, so John Perry, so okay, now we're going to say the link, John Perry Barlow, 2, 3, 4, we have the sub, hostage release, 1,000 pieces. What does this all mean? Okay, so who are 2, 3, and 4? Well, let's go here to find that out. Here we go. Here are 2, 3, and 4. Loop Capital, CEO, Board of Directors paying to play. Slush Fund. Hussein was number 1. He got $29 million to Singapore. McCain, we don't say his name, was number 2. He got $19 million in Singapore. Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton got $15 million in Bank of Mexico. And Nancy Pelosi, and she's number 3. Okay, and $8 million to Deutsche Bank USA for Nancy Pelosi. Okay, that's what he's telling. This is the message he's giving us. He's saying the 19 people in the room, right? The 19 people in the skiff, then Hillary and Bill, Nancy Pelosi, and McCain are the link to John Perry Barlow, who, as we know, did that, oh gosh, I will look it up right now as we are here, so I just want to get this right. Yeah, so they're the ones that did Secure Drop. So, and this is the one of the later tweets about it, or posts I should say, talking about James Dolan and Aaron Swartz, who are dead from suicide, the co-creators of Secure Drop. Kevin Paulson turned it over to John Perry Barlow. Okay, and Snowden's connected to this now. And Snowden was a liability because I think Snowden was running the operation of Secure Drop for John Perry Barlow, posing as whistleblowers, but maybe acting as double or triple agents. You guys help me out in the comments. I mean, but this is where we're going with it. So John Perry Barlow and his Secure Drop platform for whistleblowers was funded apparently by McCain, Clinton's, and Pelosi. And now we have the sub. This one I'm not sure of. Okay. People have said stuff like it's the subreddit, how CBTS stream got shut down, or other people have said it may be other things. But I'm going to tell you right now, in my personal opinion, there is certainly much more here than meets the eye. But what we all know is the famous quote by John F. Kennedy, where he talks about smashing the CIA into 1,000 pieces. Now, the sub could be referring to a lot of different things, but there have been rumors that there are subs out there that are rogue subs that are working for the deep state or the deep state actors. And if that is the case, then we need to cover this information very closely and try to understand that it's all linked. And if you go back to his post right before here, one thing I wanted to pick up on that I didn't pick up on from the beginning was that we need to track Rex Tillerson and what's going on here with the Muslim Brotherhood. Don't forget, guys, that not too long ago we had a very terrible tragedy here in this country that affected the lives of many people and changed the entire dynamic of the world that we live in today. And it was the unfortunate events that happened on 9/11. So if you think about it in those terms, the Q board is always trying to give us things to look at, things to examine, things to decipher, things to study, and things to spread, because the whole point is that the truth is sometimes plainly stated and sometimes locked in an enigma, wrapped in a riddle. So that's what we're dealing with right now. But this is fascinating to me that we have this information here. available to us. And all right, so that was strange. I apologize. My microbial information there. It's a good way to distort one's train of thought, but I won't let that distract me from what I was trying to get at here. The point that I was trying to make before I was so unexpectedly cut off was that we were going to look at where else you see three and what that has to do with the whole idea that we have McCain, the Clintons, and Nancy Pelosi who are a part of the CIA. And possibly, allegedly, according to this board. And if they are, then they are the people that are being smashed into 1,000 pieces right now. Not them physically. It's more of a metaphysical thing, and it's just referring to the fact that their structures of control, the prisms of power that they control, are being destroyed. And what that means ultimately for us is that we have the opportunity to experience more freedom. But otherwise, you have other issues that you can run into. But here it says real time, you had so it was 3 senators. Huh. 3 senators. Well, I can think of some off the top of my head who may fit this category. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and Adam Schiff. Possibly. Nancy Pelosi, John McCain, and Chuck Schumer. You guys throw that around, kick that can around, and you guys can probably come up with a lot on your own as well. But there is so much here. Now there's another reference to it where it says what 3 scientists were killed who were researching the SAT, or satellite relay of mobile phone signals to end users. Why was the research deemed classified? Learn. Q. Well, it was deemed classified because they're learning how to bounce signals off cell phones into your brain through technologies that I have heard of, but I'm not sure that they exist, so I'm not going to purport to claim that they do. But I will tell you this, that here's my thought, okay? The technology we had in 1960, the deep state probably had technology equivalent to the 80s and 90s, and so on and so forth. You can keep applying that as we go. So what's available and what's known now is probably just the tip of the iceberg as far as what technologically we're able to have now. If you consider the fact that we were flying at supersonic speeds well before anybody thought that would ever be possible. If you consider the fact that we were saving rates of data that at an earlier point than anybody ever thought would be possible, there's just a definite ability for us to be way ahead of the curve when it comes to that kind of research and technology. And what was suggested in one of Q's posts was that there is a correlation between that and people who are susceptible, people who have mental illness, that you can use stuff like I've heard there's a program, you guys can look it up for yourself and do your own research. I'm not reporting it to be real or fake, but something like voice of God technology where they can actually bounce signals around off satellites and transmit them to a individual, thereby making them believe they are hearing a voice or hearing words or hearing some kind of direct message. Now, I wouldn't discount people from being able to actually just have a good relationship with God and know He's in their heart. And I don't mean that in any kind of blasphemous way, but I mean, honestly, it's truly disturbing if that kind of technology were around. Another interesting 3 that we have here is the Jack at Twitter. So it's this big post, and this is talking about Deep Dream, which I already talked about. Project Deep Dream version 2. It is the core. It's the cooperation of several different forms of media, like our laptops and our cell phones and our TVs, in order to put us in a deep dream through programming that is Some have tonal frequencies inlaid in them. Some have algorithms that know when to give you a like, to give you that hit of dopamine. Some have the ability to understand habits. They study all of your cookies and metadata about you, so they can understand what you might or might not like, where you would be more or less susceptible to certain ideas and thoughts. It's all very complex, but the ultimate goal is to put you into um, a deep state, a sleep state, and that's why they call it deep dream. And it is used by the elite. And deep dream is certainly a great example of Twitter. Um, if you could only imagine the thought of, from I'm not that old. I'm medium aged, I guess you'd say, but back in the 90s, to talk about us holding little devices that would take up hours a day and have billions of people on, I think that was unfathomable. And now look at how far we've come. It's 2018. So, ultimately, let's read it. It says, big post, at Jack, thought he was protected. No sleep since drop. Tasked 3 to remove followers in drip order and restrict. Coincidence. Hot in DC, no sleep, stay tuned. So he was tasked by the 3. He was tasked by Pelosi, McCain, and the Clintons. And that's the power elite that control the structure right now. So anytime you see this reference to 3, I think that's what Q's getting at. And so there you go. I mean, he laid it out for us. I don't know how else to put it besides he has laid it out for us in plain detail, which is so incredible. And I want to thank everybody who has stuck with me through this and joined me. I want to let y'all know too, I got this information from a poster here who just made a random comment. It wasn't even like really substantial, but referring to the fact that the numbers could be searched in that manner. And from there, I was able to put together all that. So thank you. If you guys want to come over here, yeah, this was it. But this was not it, because it just was the scattered the CIA into 1,000 pieces into the wind. But I want to give credit. I couldn't find exactly where that person was. I apologize. Let's see. I'll try to find him for the sake of giving a shout out to somebody who definitely deserves it. Yeah, this is him. It's PBY1000. Thank you so much. You did a great job there. He said, I went through the previous Q post and he mentions 19 several times. And that's where it kind of just started. I looked at that and went, oh, well, let me go look back at this and reread it. And now I think I got the whole thing down for you, and I've kind of cracked that code to a degree. So you guys take that and do with it as you may. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Each one of these videos has its own QAnon research board at the bottom. So if you guys want to participate, that's great. And if you guys want to show some love, go over here. The new stream now that's going on Reddit will be the Great Awakening stream for now. A lot of other people are going over to vote.co, and it's the calm before the storm thread. You guys can come check that out too if you want more information about the Q posts and what's happening and all the crazy stuff that's going on. So I want to thank you all for watching. This has been a really great opportunity for me to get through this episode here with you. And again, like I said, if you want to take my content and use it, you need to get my permission first. I'm going to just throw that out there and say thank you all for watching. But if you're looking for a way to support the channel, the easiest way to do it is to come here to the landing page, click the big red subscribe button, and when you do that, it's like giving me a buck. It's free to you, and it's awesome for me. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. That way, as soon as these videos get posted, you'll be notified. That's a big deal. I want to say thank you to each and every one of my subscribers who have been here, a lot of you since the beginning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It means so much to me. And just going forward, if you're thinking you want to contribute in another way, you need to comment. Go down to the bottom of the page here after you watch the video and leave your thoughts. If you have an idea, if you have a thought, just put it out there and let's get this dialogue going so that we can keep forming these big boards at the bottom, which end up making QAnon research boards here for ourselves and it helps develop a better view, a more broad perspective. I spend hours reading through your comments, and I do like to feature some comments in episodes as we go along here. So you never know. You may see your name featured in one of these episodes if you do make a good comment that I didn't see or hadn't heard before. So there you go. And if you want to contribute in another way, maybe do something a little bit more, you can come over here to patreon.com. That's patreon.com/justinformedtalk, and you can contribute whatever you'd like, or you can come to patreon.com and just search Just Informed Talk, and you'll come to this landing page. Go ahead and hit this red button to become a patron. Thank you so much to everybody who has contributed so far. You can come check out my rewards and my goal. We're almost to 100 patrons, which is my big goal, and I'll make a video thanking each and every one of you. And you can actually get email correspondence, and you can earn a chance to become a featured Patreon patron. Excuse me. So go ahead and come check that out. That'd be awesome. Plus, you get exclusive look at all my content. I'm going to keep posting up here. I'm going to schedule some more posts. We're going to get that updated, and you guys will be able to enjoy that there as well. Now, one thing I want to talk about before we get done here is a subject that's very important to me, and it is God, and the way that His love is something we should all seek. At times it's tough, I understand, but we all need to stick together, and we need to pray for one another, and we need to be the optimist. If there were ever a good time to be optimistic, it's these times, because it's easy to be a soldier of God in the beautiful summer when it's beautiful and lush and green and bountiful, but the tough time to be a soldier of the Lord is in time of a harsh winter, when everything seems to not go your way, when the deception is rampant and the wolves are circling. And what being a soldier of God entails is just prayer. Praying, opening your heart to the Lord. You can march and deliver His message to all those who need to hear it, and then ultimately you will be saved. But you have to open your heart to the Lord and accept Him first. And He calls upon all of us to spread His word in our own way. It doesn't have to be in a set form or fashion. If we truly believe and we seek His guidance and we work within the laws that He's given, then we will be successful. And like I've said before, we will be a light that will shine, that others will be drawn to. So you guys take that. If you don't take anything else away from this episode, I want you to just walk away with that and know that God loves you. And even if you're having a tough time and you're doubting your faith or doubting your commitment, just go ahead and say a prayer and just keep opening your heart. And it may get tough. That's part of God's test for all of us, is that things may never be perfect and easy, but we have to be as diligent as we can in our faith in order to ensure our salvation, which is eternal. So you have that to look forward to. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you guys listening. It's been really great. I want to say thank you again. Make sure, if you haven't yet, come here, click the red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. As soon as the information becomes available to me, I'll make it available to you. I want to say thanks for watching. I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. Godspeed and God bless, Patriots.